Dear Christian Black Girl is a safe online space curated by Jerry Alicia, Takesha Morris, and Tiffany Dillard. Have you ever been on a FaceTime call with your homegirls and the conversation was just really random and it went from like prayer to family life to TikTok videos to burrito tacos? Well, that's exactly how this podcast goes. It really is a whole lot of randomness a lot of the times. Y'all, we literally bring you into our everyday conversations as Black Christian women. Our conversations can range from love to friendships, church culture, beauty standards in America, and literally everything in between. So grab your mama, your cousin, your sister, and your best friend, and let's talk about all the things. What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Jerry Alicia, and we are back for season 5, baby. Listen, y'all know last season we forgot what season we're in, but we are on track this season. We know where we are. I don't know how we forgot. We know where we are. Of course, y'all already know. I am your girl, Jerry Alicia. I am your podcast producer. I'm your graphic designer and all the things. And y'all already know I got my 2 girls with me, plus a couple of more people. But y'all already know I got to shout my girls out. I got my girl Takesha with me. What's up, boo?
Y'all, what's going on?
What's up? And then, of course, we got the prophet, the intercessor, the I'm coming for your head, and I don't care how you feel about it. We got my sis Tiffany. What's up, sis?
We back. Season 5.
Don't start this again. Don't start this again. So, y'all, I know y'all noticed a few extra faces on this podcast. Y'all, we got the husbands to come on and chat with us. So, this is, I don't know what this is going to be. It's just going to be something, right? And so, we are so excited to have our husbands on. Husbands, can y'all introduce yourselves? We can start with you, man.
Douglas Turnip Seed.
Okay, the whole name. Okay.
That's all I can say.
Don't get
Really known as Baby Daddy, affectionately. So, y'all, I really do have a baby daddy. He is real. He is not a figment of my imagination. Like, people really be asking me if I'm married for real because they never see me. So, y'all see him. I don't know if you'll ever see him again, but you see him now. Here he is. This is Baby Daddy. All right, Takesha, where your husband at? What he doing?
This is my man. Okay, go ahead, introduce yourself. It's gonna be why. It's gonna span like you're gonna see your whole face.
That's fine. Hi, I'm Chris. No.
Remember we used to go through that a lot. Like people would be like, this girl always talking about marriage. Where is her husband? We never see him. I used to get that all the time. And then he appeared, I think he popped up in one of my videos, and then everybody started recognizing him. I'm not even joking. We were in Target one time. And a woman who is in my wife group was like, I thought that was you, but I wasn't sure. But I saw him and I knew him. And I'm like, how you know him?
All the time.
And you recognize him? Then we were on a flight coming back from Miami and a woman was getting on the flight and she was like, I thought that was you, but I noticed him. And I was like, y'all remember the next time I pray for y'all? Now, I mean, I'm pray, but like I do all the lives. My face is everywhere, and you reckon. But to God be the glory, right?
Right.
The favor. Okay, they recognize the favor.
All right, Tiff, you gonna introduce your husband or let him introduce himself? However y'all want to do that.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Mike, Tiffany's husband, undercover manager. My 2% ladies.
Mike, are you still serious about your 2%? So Michael says he's our manager and that he
I've been listening to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So that's one reason I'm willing to try to do the podcast. I'm gonna try to be on my best behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still in progress. But you know what I'm saying? How y'all doing?
Hey, Michael.
All right, y'all. So listen, it is, y'all know we record in the mornings, but y'all, it's like 8:30 at night. So we finna get this popping. The husband's got to be to work early. Takesha is already half sleep. So we gotta get it going, right? So listen, they say he has sleep too. Listen, thank you.
Up top.
Thank you. No, seriously though, y'all. We are so glad to be back for season 5 of Dear Christian Black Girl. Can we just shout y'all out because y'all have been rocking with us since we were on Clubhouse and there was no video. It was just me and Takesha on audio, and y'all have been rocking with us. So we love y'all so much. So y'all, it's almost Valentine's Day. Actually, by the time you see this, it will be Valentine's Day because this drops on Valentine's Day. And so we thought it was going to be really cool to have our husbands come on to talk about marriage, to talk about where they are with God, to play a little game a little bit. And so this is going to be a fun episode. Y'all know Dear Christian Black Girl ranges from fun to go repent now, get off of here, go repent now. Like it just be a whole deep thing, right? But tonight is going to be super fun. Y'all going to get to know us as couples. Y'all know us as sisters with me, Takesha, and Tiffany. But y'all don't really know us when we with our husbands. We kind of the same, but a little bit different. So y'all going to get to know us on tonight. So Tiff, how we starting this off? What we starting with? Like, are we asking the husbands questions? How are we starting this off?
Well, I have a question. No. Wait, because you know, Tiffany be loaded. She probably already loaded. So listen, we gonna slow walk them into this.
We can slow walk. Okay, let's slow walk it then. How exactly are we slow walking?
Let's just ask a very simple question.
Okay,
it's not really a loaded question because all of them really are on this journey we've talked about.
I told you.
So Tiff, no, you go last, Tiff. It's a unanimous decision. You are going last because I already know. So Takesha, what is the first question of the hour?
So the question of the hour that I want to put on the table to the husbands is, what is the thing you love most about your wife? And we'll start with Michael.
Oh.
Well, the thing I love about my honey is she showed me love. She showed me God. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I came up, I never really believed. You know what I'm saying? Because my lifestyle, the way I was brought up, and all that or whatever, I was raised to be a savage. You know what I'm saying? And me not knowing stuff, and she just brought that in my life. And when I very first met her or whatever, she was just something different. You know what I'm saying? She was always the churchy girl and all that or whatever. Because back in the day, fellas, if you was young, we used to think we was the stuff back in the day. We could have anybody, whatever. You know how it is to be young. And when I seen her, she was just more like a friend. Like, dang, there's something about this girl. You know what I'm saying? She just so prissy and what I'm saying, so different and all that. And I always told her, no matter we make it or what, don't never change yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something about you. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me just want to draw closer to her. She was my friend before anything. You know what I'm saying? So we wouldn't even date. We was friends for like over a year, almost a year and a half before we decided to step into that. You know what I'm saying? But she been with me through everything. And even though we ain't got no babies physically with each other, but she done been there with all my kids. You know what I'm saying? So like I told her, yeah, I got baby mamas, but you, my wife, and we got 5 kids with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been in every last one of their life. You know what I'm saying? All in mom. So I was like, so don't never take it as you're not the one. You know what I'm saying? Because you are. You know what I'm saying? I love her dearly because, like I said, she making me want to learn more and more and more. I listen to y'all podcasts. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? I hear y'all. I chime in and out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Yes.
Probably scroll through YouTube every now and then. And when she coming out, I cut it off like I ain't paying no attention. You know what I'm saying? But I be listening and all that or whatever. So I'm just grateful that she got friends. You know what I'm saying? And bringing God around her even more because, like, she always been into church. You know what I'm saying? But there's something about her now. You know what I'm saying? She just it's different. You know what I'm saying? It just make me just want to learn more. Like I told her, I'm trying to catch up to you, which is hard because I feel like all 3 of y'all are perfection. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that I'm just trying to be there. You get what I'm saying? And being the right thing, that is what I'm trying to do. That's my baby and I love her to death. We trade her for the world.
Aww.
Go ahead. You better get that man a big piece of chicken.
He did have a big piece of chicken.
Oh man.
What about you, Douglas? What do you love about Jerry?
What you love about me? Tell me.
Hardworking. Sometimes you fall, but you always get back up. And I think that's from like day one, like when we met and stuff like that. When I told you that I was looking for a wife and not just, a little girlfriend or whatever, stuff like that. Yeah. And then, I had to test her. I was like, we finna go to Waffle House for our first date.
Yeah.
And I had to be an all-star. So for all you single ladies that don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, you might want to go. You might find your husband. You never know. I'm just saying. So, you can't be too picky.
I said, I ain't got no money. We finna go to Waffle House. We finna eat, go to the movies. And if you stick around, then, I know you won. Stuff like that. So...
I mean, what was I going to do? I had like a retail job. I was making $7 an hour. It was free food. And I like going to the movies. So I was like, okay, cool.
And you like to eat. So be honest.
Listen, every outing, I need a meal.
Yeah.
I need a meal.
So actually watching her grow, each year, each day, each month, stuff like that, it's a gift. It's a gift. I cherish it, love it. We all need work. So
So what you trying to say? You trying to say that? You trying to say that I need work?
You said we evolving.
So you can try to run away, but then you always find yourself coming back. No matter how many times you try to run away, you come back.
Finally, we stopped running though.
I'm glad we stopped running from each other. But
All right, cousin Chris, what about you?
What's the question?
That's what I gotta deal with.
What's the question?
But this my man, and I'm gonna stick beside.
I love about my wife. One, she's my backbone. But here's the thing. See, she's a praying woman. Listen, we've been through a lot. But this woman here, when I say I would have been lost and gone, she's been, she always got my back. I don't care which way I'm going, she's there. She put me on blast when she need to, but like cut it out, but I'll tell you, it's been a blessing. For the last year, what was it? Last year, November 20th, it was that Sunday before Thanksgiving. That's when my life changed for the better also, especially giving my life to Christ, and work in progress. I'm still here, but again, having her, I don't know the words, but she know. That's my baby now.
Oh, give me a kiss.
Hold back the tears.
I'm pulling them.
She did it. She did that.
I'm so proud of you. You actually didn't cry. I'm surprised, but I'm proud of you.
I'm very proud.
I'm growing up in season 5.
I'm proud too.
Okay.
So Jerry, tell us what you love about Douglas.
When I say this man is loyal, because he should have left. Let's just be honest, because I had a period where I was absolutely insane. Yeah, we were insane.
We both was insane.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad he's on here to verify that we were actually insane for a period of time.
Yeah,
I'm so glad, because y'all be laughing at me when I say that, and I be dead serious. We were psychotic and dysfunctional and toxic. And even though we broke up literally every other week, he would always come. I'm not joking. It wasn't a game over here. Yeah. We literally broke up every other week. Even after we got married. Like, I tell this story on the podcast. Like, my parents got tired of me coming to their house telling us I want a divorce. Because they was like, either you going to divorce him or you going to stay. You need to pick one and stick with it. Because all this back and forth. Like, my mama sat me down in her kitchen and told me that. I was like, ooh, no ma'am. But even through all the craziness, even through all the fights, even through all the arguments, he stayed loyal. Like, and even now I can say that I know he loves me. There's a period of time where I had questions. Like, do you really love me? Like, I know you didn't cheat on me. That wasn't our struggle. Our struggle was just, we didn't like each other all the time. And we expressed that very loudly and with some really colorful words a lot of the times. And so it was a point where I was like, I really don't think this man loved me. Like, I know we married and all, but I don't know if he really loved me. But like over the last, I say 3-4 years, you can't tell me this man don't love me.
I know that's right.
It ain't nothing nobody can say. Be like, oh, Douglas don't, you a lie.
Yeah.
You a lie. And so his loyalty, his faithfulness, and just his love for me is evident. Even though my husband's not a real mushy person all the time, right? He like I just be all up in his face and he just be looking like
I'll be like,
ow. Ow.
We might need to switch spots or something.
But I be all in this man's face. I really do be getting on his nerves, and I know it, right? And he just be looking at me.
And I tell her, so it's not no secret to her. Like, I'm
like, boo.
Okay, I just got in the house, please.
Settle down, little one. Settle down.
He really be like that for him. He be like, I just went home. Like, but now that we have 7, he gets it double worse.
Yeah.
When I say we have the most jealous dog, like the other day, I was sitting on the couch, he was in the chair, and I was like, "Boo, hold my hand. Like, I'm real clean. I'm a clean you wife. He just got to deal with it at this point. I'm a clean you wife." And so we were holding hands. 7 was asleep on her bed across the room. She saw us holding hands. Sis got up, got in between us, nudged our hands apart, and decided that she wanted him to rub her. I was like, "Ma'am."
7 is the dog of all dogs. Okay,
She is.
I was like, okay, but that was my man first. He was mine first. But no, like his loyalty, his faithfulness, and I know that no matter what happens with us, that man loves me. Like I know that for real. What about you, Takesha?
What I love about Chris is y'all know that I would rather be no place else than right here. You know what I mean?
Like, are you in the house by your husband at all times?
Call your friends. Go visit your friends.
You trying?
I'm fine right here. We're together. That's enough for me. But I love my husband. He is my best friend. Like, I would rather spend every moment with him. Like, he tries to get me, like, I'm like, don't you want to go here? And then he's like, no, just go. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean just go? Like, without you? It doesn't even make sense. But I love just being with him. I love being able to talk with him, to laugh with him. He makes me laugh all the time. He is not a huge jokester, but when he is, it is the best time. We get to eat popcorn. Yeah, we get to eat popcorn together. We have found a new love for black pepper popcorn.
What? I'm a popcorn lover, but black pepper popcorn?
Well, I'm not going to say the name. I'll tell y'all offline because we ain't sponsored. But
we ain't giving nobody no free money.
It's a sea salt and black pepper popcorn. And it's the bomb. And so we bond over snacks. And another thing I love about my husband is seeing him grow at this stage in his life. One of the things that I appreciate so much about Chris, because my husband was very like, this is how you met me. This is who I am. This is, you know what I mean? Like take it or leave it kind of thing. Right. Y'all know. And to see that old man melting away, to see the transformation that is happening, like in his mind and in his heart, it is truly a beautiful thing. And I had just commended you on that the other night too. We had a conversation with our son CJ, and listening to him walk this situation out with our son, I literally was like, Papa, who that man? You know what I mean?
Listen, I literally have moments like that every day now, because he'll come home, he'll be like, Boo, I was reading this about the Bible. I'm like, God, who is this?
Who is this man? And it's just a beautiful experience to be able to see him as a new creation. Mm-hmm. Like, I love it. Like he talked to Douglas. Like they got each other's phone number. That would have never happened. Like ever.
When it happened, I was like, what? I didn't know what. It was my birthday, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
We didn't even initiate it. We was minding our business.
No, they had went to the bar and was getting drinks, and I was like, "That's never happened before." Okay.
Right? But I love that. And another thing that I really love about my husband is that he cares about my friends. He cares about who I care
Because he
about.
got you to get me ramen after like 5 months.
You asked me, did you take Jimmy up for her birthday?
Yeah.
That was in November. That like you keep pushing, like he asked about y'all, he asked about like Latoria and Shakim, and he asked like that wasn't our reality before. And so what I'm learning is that just because he didn't develop in a way that I anticipated or I expected, to see Chris coming into Chris, I absolutely love to be a part of that. And he's just a great person. Like he is really kind and very caring, very structured. And I'm loosey goosey. I forgot about this broadcast. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how many times do I come to you and I be like, "Ooh, babe, I forgot to today I was like, babe, I need you. Like I really need you. We have a podcast tonight." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I forgot." And Jerry just reminded me because if she didn't say anything, I would not have been there. So I really appreciate how he helps my Dory moments. You know what I'm saying? Like he helps.
You tell him that you were the one who suggested that we get the husbands on the podcast, and you forgot. Man. You're the one that set the date of the recording, and you forgot.
I went to tell Brother Chris, I said, "Listen, tell me, what are we talking about?"
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Like, what are we talking about?
He didn't believe me when I said our podcast is not structured. We just have a conversation like we on the phone.
This is truly God led, like seriously.
Right? But I love Chris. He's a good man, Savannah. Okay.
All right, Tiff, what you love about Mike?
I love about.
I'm sorry about Michael. We started calling him Michael, not Mike.
Yeah. So what I love about Michael is he sees me. So like when he said that, he always told me to be myself. And in that time, I was dealing with identity because we both have been married before. So my first marriage, I dealt with domestic violence and my whole self was stripped. So I didn't, and during that time, I'm 22, 23, coming out of a marriage, and I'm trying to find myself all over again. I'm trying to figure out who Tiffany is because for a long time, I tailored myself to my first husband and what he wanted. Mm-hmm. So when he would always say, "Don't, change who you are," I'm thinking like, okay, but I have to do what I need to do to please you because everything that I had been doing is I form myself into this person, then I perform, you like it, okay, then I just continue to build myself on that. And so when he was just like, no, I want you to be you. And I even tested it again because I felt like, okay, well, I want the level of respect and love because I was seeing it from a broken lens. So I'm thinking, well, he loved and he respected his baby mama. So I want that. And I started to try to form myself into that. So I wasn't going to church. I may go to church every now and then. If Sunday morning, if I go Sunday morning, I ain't going Sunday night. I might not go on Wednesday. And when he met me, he like, "What you doing on Wednesday?" "I'm going to church." What you finna do now? "I'm finna go to church. We got choir rehearsal. I'm finna go to church." Like whatever was going on in my church, I was going to church. And he was the one, like when we got together, like I said, we were young. He was like 20, like what, 26, 27. Mm-hmm. So by around that time, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What we finna do? You know what I'm saying? Come over, spend the night. And I'm like, no. And, if you came over, we stayed in the living room. And it was like, we ain't doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been together for, a little bit, but we ain't nothing else going on. And I was like, no. But when I tried to form myself into his baby mama's, like he picked it up. I really didn't think he was paying attention to me not going to church and missing church. But one night he was like, "What's going on with you? Like, why are you here?" And I'm like, "Well, I ain't going to church tonight. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do? I'm trying to spend time with you." He was like, "No, you need to go to church." And it was a serious argument because I'm trying to, cultivate this identity and this, that I'm thinking that I should be to be able to be with my husband. And he was like, "No, You need to go to church. If I wanted that, I would have stayed where I was. That's not what I want.
And then at the time, I didn't mean to cut off. Hold on. But at the time, I was in the streets too. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, you was my something different. You get what I'm saying? Like, what I meant by you my grace, I mean, like, you my peace. I can actually be around you and I'm comfortable. I feel safe. You know what I'm saying? If you transform it to that, what I need you for, because it's like, I'm already dealing with that. You get what I'm saying? And that ain't what I want. That ain't what I see you as. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact when I met you, you go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. Don't never stop that.
Michael said, I know your schedule.
I know the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it, but she installed that in me. You get what I'm saying? It's like, that's how I met her. So I like, it would even, I knew if I was going to see her, it probably wasn't going to be that Wednesday, or it'd probably be after church or something like that or whatever. You get what I'm saying? But it was never the thought that, oh, I'm just going to miss church. I was like, what they do that at? You get what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not. Not for me. You're not going to have me struck down just because you decided, I know one thing, I'm not him. You get what I'm saying? So
that's a smart
I'm
man.
not trying to, just don't put me in front of him. Just the night you decide you don't want to go to church, the night he be like, oh, okay, because of him. And then what? No, we ain't going to do that. So,
yes. You get me in trouble.
No.
Yeah, but he saw me, and then, like I said, we were friends for a while before we even got to a relationship. So I got to know Michael. He got to be my homeboy, and where we cut up and we clown. Like, we literally have a whole song on Facebook of talking about pancakes because we.
Wait a minute. Pancakes.
Roll the tape. Tag us in the video, okay?
I'm gonna have to. I got it on my phone, and I'm gonna have to send it to y'all. But it's a whole song. We were just laying in the bed one day. We was in Georgia, and he was like, "You want some pancakes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds real good." And then we just started making a song about pancakes to the point when I posted it, my aunt was like, "Are y'all hungry? Do y'all need to send y'all some money? Y'all got some food? What's going on?" And I was like, we just having fun. But we put out it's on our label. It ain't came out yet. Dilla Productions. But but it was a person that I could cut up with and could be myself. Because coming from a marriage where we're dealing with domestic violence and trying to perform just so I can't be hit or tore down or talked down to, that to come to somebody to where they're like, I see you. And I may not understand you at all times, but I still see you. And I want you to show up as yourself. So even today, like even now, he'll come to me and he'll say stuff to me. And I'm like, what God done showed you? Because like we over here, God is really doing a transformation in both of us at the same time. And so he'll say things like the 2%. Like I kept wondering, like, why you keep asking us for 2%? We ain't got no doggone money, bro. Like, what you talking about? And God said, pay attention to what he's saying. Like, listen to what he's saying. Look further, think about what he's saying. Look further into that. He's telling y'all that he sees the greater. So he sees that y'all are going to be able to pay somebody 2% because y'all going to have it. And I was like, oh, so then that made me accept the 2% because he was decreeing over us. And he was declaring over us that our podcast was going to be great because he kept saying it. So I was like, oh, we had 89 followers. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, but we excited about that. Like, why you ain't excited? He was like, because I already know. So even to now, spiritually, he sees me in a way that I'm trying to see myself now. So that's what I love about Michael. Yeah. So let me go back to that question where Douglas had talked about the first meal. Takesha and Chris, what was y'all first meal on y'all first date? Like, what was the very first meal that y'all had?
Baby, this is a story, okay?
Oh, Lord.
The first meal that was our date. That was our first date.
Meal.
The first
you
meal.
made me a plate?
So.
With the food falling?
Okay.
Food.
I don't eat corn. And she put corn on my plate.
So we're gonna start right there. Okay. So we were at my friend Tara's house, who is more like a cousin to Chris. And Tara is actually how Chris and I met. We'll share that story on another day at another time. But he came over to Tara's house to visit me. And Tara had cooked like rice, corn, and maybe chicken. We Black, who knows? And so I didn't know, right? I didn't know that he didn't eat corn at all. So I make him a plate. I bring the plate to him, and
Mike, was it a paper plate?
It was a paper plate. So it was in my house, but don't get it twisted.
No, I'm saying. So
now he's too good for a paper. Now,
no. Just saying, though. I mean,
yes, it was a paper plate. Maybe it did, but it was like the Holy Spirit was saying to him, "You don't want that, dude." So I give him the plate. He doesn't tell me that he doesn't eat corn, and he's shy. He is a shy guy. So he doesn't want to say to me like, girl, I don't eat corn. So he's holding the plate and he's just kind of looking at the plate like, what does she want me to do with this? But I'm in my own head. I'm nervous, trying to be cute and everything. And all of a sudden, the plate just feels like in slow motion, it goes from his hand to flipped over and falling on the floor. Mind you, now the plate is flipping over and falling on the floor. No food falls off the plate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Intact to the floor. I don't know. That's why I said maybe the Lord was on his side. I don't know. But that was our first meal. It was like white rice, chicken, and corn. And his was on the floor because it just... And I was like, do you want me to make you more? He's like, no, I'm good.
He was like, once is enough. I'm okay.
Exactly. I'm okay. But I do know today he don't eat corn. He eat popcorn, but he does not eat like whole corn on the cob or none of that stuff. But that was our first meal together, was his plate that ended up, you didn't have a meal, but that was our first meal together, was the rice, the chicken, and the corn. What about your first meal, Jerry? What was y'all? Oh, y'all
first was Waffle House. I had the All-Star. I don't remember what he had.
Double waffle, double
double waffle. Double. As long as I know this man does double everything. I was like, bro, how are you eating all of that? Like, where is that going?
Come on. Waffle House.
But do you get the waffle crispy, or do you just get it regular?
I just take it how they give it to me. Sometimes it's burnt, sometimes it's like I don't want no problems. I just give me food. It's hot. Thank you.
I want my waffle crispy with pecans. Like,
I need the pecan waffle. I don't do regular waffles from my house. Run me my pecans, please, and thank you.
You don't want to get them mad though. So I don't want nobody in the attitude messing with my food, so I just take it and I eat it.
That's it, for real.
You too.
You want to bring it to me on the fork?
Our first meal.
Good and raw. You'll be like, literally, we just left a restaurant. Was it last weekend? We sat down and it was like a napkin or something under the table, and Chris was like,
"We're not sitting here."
Child, the lady brought my drink and everything. I done slurped up the drink. Looking at his face, and I was like, "Babe, you want to go?" He was like,
"It's time."
I was like, "Can I get the check for the drink?" She was like, "You're fine." I was like, "Okay, bye." This lady was like, "Oh,
make sure."
He was like, "So you ain't taking nothing on no fork."
What about you, Tiff?
Our first meal was barbecue chips, sauteed shrimp, and a Red Baron pizza.
I'm a project.
You told us this on a podcast, and I was just like, "How does that go together?" I got questions. It does not.
It go together.
Well, look, hey,
it do.
My baby he had to go back home to live with his mama, so we was in the projects, we was in the hood, we went to the Piggly Wiggly, and
oh man.
And some good old Kool-Aid, because he made some like red or grape. No, it had to be strawberry because I don't really drink grape Kool-Aid. But that was and we dimmed the little lights in the house. We was the only ones in the house. It was this real romantic, good, rich meal. And I lived right down the street, like my apartment was right. His mom and him lived on the other side of Elm Street, and I lived on the other side. So each stop sign. So when she got on our nerves, we'll go to my house. When my sister got on my nerves,
that is so funny.
Not when she just went back and forth.
Yeah. That is so funny.
It did. It worked out because I was just like, you want to go to my house? He's like, we're gonna go. Yeah. So let me ask y'all this. So when it comes to marriage, because we always talk about marriage and we always kind of give the women advice and stuff like that, but pertaining to from our perspective of marriage. But as husbands, what advice would you give women that are married or that are praying to be married from a male's perspective? Because we kind of look at these things, this marriage through a different lens from either side. So as a man, what would you tell if a woman, if you were talking to me or Jerry or Takesha, how would you help her to understand a man in marriage?
Mr. Michael, I gotta hear it from you.
Come on the mic.
Come on,
I'm all ears. He put me on blast. But basically, man, I'll be like, basically, like, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't never try to be nothing that you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about us, we don't like phonies. We found out we're dealing with a phony, that hurts in the long run. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a strong woman, always be honest, even if it hurts. Vice versa with the fellas, you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes the truth hurts, you know what I'm saying? And it reveals who a person really is. So just stay down in the situation for one, because a person will show you who you are, you know what I'm saying? Who they is, regardless. So just take the time and invest in knowing that ain't every situation gonna be the same all the time as you get older. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna change in life, you know what I'm saying? The stuff you used to like, you probably don't like no more. You know what I'm saying? So ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Get to know your woman as well as ladies get to know us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let us be sensitive around you. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever make us feel like that we can't be vulnerable around you. You know what I'm saying? Because I dealt with that for a long time. I always had to be this raw. You get what I'm saying? And the whole time, it's this kid inside that needs somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Us as man, we built like, oh, you fell on the ground? Get up, it didn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So be that soft spot for us sometime and make it our safe space. You know what I'm saying? Always be a safe space for your man. You know what I'm saying? And it's little things. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to do the world for you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because we love you. Man, what I figured out is that we don't love easy. You know what I'm saying? So when we love, we love. You get what I'm saying? So, because we got feelings just like y'all. I also know that. You know what I'm saying? Just because we the man. We ain't supposed to show all the time, but with y'all, we supposed to. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? So always make us feel comfortable, and we can come to you about anything. Because again, y'all are our best friends, especially if y'all are real. Like I told Tiff, out of everybody I done been with, you the one that fit. Because I didn't take you through the world. We didn't been through everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. Like I ain't always been the best guy. You know what I'm saying? Like physical, never that, but mentally, she wasn't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's like this wasn't even supposed to exist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just extremely grateful for her. Like I told her, she done saved my life so many times. You get what I'm saying? Like for real, because like I know that somebody love you. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, I come from a family that tricksters, basically. Let me just say that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning God all over again because the people who taught me God, I'm learning different things. I'm learning different stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what it was ain't what it was. You know what I'm saying? So she's showing me something different, and be the light to speak that into it sometimes. Because I know I was always the one like, man, I don't believe in none of that. I done been through everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I knew it was something that's keeping me here, and never knew that God always had His grace over me because I didn't been through everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't walk death down and all type of stuff. I didn't been shot. It's like there's so much, and just to have her, it's like my angel in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Always be our angel in disguise. You get what I'm saying? Like again, I can't stress it enough. Make us feel safe. Because if we don't feel safe with you, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what's it gonna bring later. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, love your woman. You know what I'm saying? And know every day you ain't gonna be chippy. No, you know what I'm saying? Because you got different feelings. You got what I'm saying? You got different feelings. Because sometimes I don't understand the smile. Sometimes y'all wouldn't be happy. Y'all be hearing y'all just ha ha ha. Like what's it, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to laugh like it, so that would get me more intrigued with God and y'all and stuff like it, because y'all always laughing uplifting, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, dang, I want some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but we gotta keep it real though, because we be crying a lot.
Yeah, and y'all, like I said, sometimes
it be a whole lot of tears going on. Like,
yeah, sometimes, like I said, I chime in and out. I catch y'all like in the morning sometime and all
we
that.
be crying, okay?
Okay, they in there. Okay, they talking about something. You know what I'm saying? So I push the door open a little bit, like, okay, we just listen some, and okay, and that's me hearing y'all, because the way that listen to your woman too. You know what I'm saying? Because these podcasts they doing, fellas, is like they gonna grow. They gonna be so big. You know, I'm telling you, I didn't think it already. You know what I'm saying? So I like keep striving, stay down, and it's about to stand down. Period. Because you're gonna hit rock bottom before you go all the way up. I'm prime example of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for all of y'all, fellas. I'm grateful just to know y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Because I put faces. I knew everybody got a husband. You know what I'm saying? But it's always these three. You get what I'm saying? But I'm grateful for that, man. And I pray that we get to meet each other finally. Eventually, we can dap each other up and all that or whatever, you know. But ladies, just be our safe space out of anything. So that's the main thing. We already know y'all love us. And cause again, y'all didn't been through everything with each other. I don't know y'all situations, but we all got struggles and we all got ups. You get what I'm saying? Where we be like, man, you know what? I'm tired of this truth. And, you know, but we grateful for y'all to know that. And so, ladies, that's the trick to keeping us. Like, just make us feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Making us feel safe, we're going to give you the world.
I gotta say no more. That was perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. Advice to you.
So if we weren't married and you had a homegirl and she was single, but you weren't trying to hit her, and she needs to know like what she need to do, like if she got to do what she need to do.
That's something I gotta think about. Because I mean, I don't want to get the regular answer of, work hard and like something person, stuff like that. That's something I gotta think about, because when you give advice to somebody and they taking it don't work, first of all, they never gonna listen to you again. So I like to think about it.
It's just generic, baby.
But
it's just generic.
Let them think about it. Let them think about it.
So that means that we can have a part 2 if he got to think about it, because he got to come back on.
That means we can have.
Hey, well, say with me myself, I would be like, I would tell her that don't settle. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there you go. You can say that. Yeah.
Don't settle.
His answer.
You know what I'm saying? It's like don't settle. Like my wife tell me every day that you are more. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know your value. You know what I'm saying? And just because it look good don't mean it's always good. Learn yourself before anything. God gonna show you what you want eventually. He gonna show you what's for you.
See,
that's what I'm saying. So don't rush into it. Take your time. That's why I tell my kids. I got sons that's got babies and all that stuff now and all that. But I always told them, take your time, because you never know. Their first love probably ain't always be the first love. You get what I'm saying? So take your time, get to know yourself, because you change. You get what I'm saying? As you get older, you grow in mind, spirit, thought, and all that. You change. So that you was probably fascinated with 10 years ago. You like, I can't believe that I was.
Okay, what would you tell China?
First, work on yourself first. Then, when you're trying to find somebody, don't be so judgmental. Try to understand their background first, get to know them, and just always try to encourage. I mean, that's the best answer I got right there.
That's good.
I like it.
That was good. So what would you, okay, then that's a good way of phrasing the question.
Yeah.
What would you tell, I'm going to think about, well, your sister's already married.
Daughter married.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. You and Bonnie, our oldest daughter, you and Bonnie are having a conversation. And she's like, Dad, I'm thinking about getting married one day. What would you tell Bonnie before she enters marriage?
You're the help. I'm joking. No. Ooh, my daughter.
Now, if you see the screen just cut to black.
Oh, Lord.
To black.
Oh, my God.
Well, Bonnie? See, you know Bonnie. See, that's the thing.
Okay, not Bonnie, because she's very disciplined. Let me think of somebody else.
What about your granddaughter?
Can't nobody marry them, Tiffany. That please don't bring that question to him.
What?
Who go marry the granddaughters? What would you say to them?
Well, what about Trayana?
Like,
Oh yeah. What about Trayana? What would you say to Trayana if she's like, Uncle Chris, what should I be doing before I get married?
Nothing. Stay away from them boys.
Okay, never mind.
No, I'm just saying.
It's not as easy.
Keep away from them boys.
Okay.
No.
I am done with Chris for tonight.
So
you had a question at the beginning of this broadcast. Tiffany?
Yeah.
We're keeping it light, okay?
Before Tiffany asks her question, I want to go back to something Michael said, and you think about your answer on a fiction person. So Michael said something that I think is so important, and I know that we had a conversation on the podcast about dating when the whole Cheesecake Factory thing went down. That was a really good episode. But Michael said something that was really so key. He said, "Remain yourself." You know what I mean? Like, and Douglas said it too. Get to know yourself. I think that response to a woman who is married or who wants to be married, I think is so critical. And like you were saying, Tiffany, you were trying to transform in every way possible to become who you thought he liked. Like you wanted to become his type. And he was like, I don't like that type. That's why I'm with you. You know what I mean? Like I done played in the field. And I think about that because I know for so long, even though Chris and I were married, he really didn't know me because I was trying to hide, right? I was just trying to be the help. If you want to be honest about it, I was just trying to fit the narrative of a wife that I thought he would want and that he would have, because I know that his mom was a very traditional woman, right? And so y'all know me, I'm so far outside of tradition that it's not even funny. And you know what I mean? Like I'm so far removed from that, but I know how such a high regard he held his mom in. And not that I was trying to be his mom in no way, shape, or form, but I wanted to fit an image that he was used to. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, Michael, you get tired of that. You know what I mean? Like, and to your point, Douglas, I started becoming very judgmental of him. And I thought, oh, you just want me to take care of the kids and cook and clean. Like you don't want anything else. Like I'm just the help. But he wasn't asking for the help. I showed up as the help. You know what I mean? And so having to come out of this box I put myself in threw him for a loop. What do you mean you're not cooking? What do you mean you didn't wash the clothes? What do you like? Because he came to expect that. And he would say slick stuff. I don't even know if you remember. But he would say something slick like, oh, wow. So, oh, my shirt. Oh, it's not clean. Oh, okay. And I would be like, what's wrong with you? But it was my form of rebelling against the image that I actually conformed to. Not because he wanted me there, but I didn't know me enough to show up as his good thing, to show up as my loud, boisterous, really funny, great lyrical, skills. Like I didn't show up. Y'all know I can sing. Stop playing.
Oh, Jesus, fix it.
But that part is so important. Not only for the woman to show up as herself, but as the man to show up. Like Douglas said, like we going to the Waffle House. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. And if you roll, you roll. If you don't, I'm good either way. So just having that opportunity to show up as yourself and be respected as yourself, I love it. Because the things that I thought he wouldn't like about me are the very things that he talked to people about. Like, oh, she's this and she's that. And I'm like, you notice that? Like, you ride with that? You cool? He's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's a cool thing. I think I talk too much and I'm too loud. And he's like, go ahead, say it again. Go ahead, talk to them. My wife could talk about anything. Go ahead. You know, how my brain works. You know, I be trying to shut that down because I don't want to show up like a know-it-all. He's like, my wife knows. Go call my wife. Ask her. And I'm like, so the very things about me that I thought would just be too much, he absolutely loves. So I think that that's great advice, like great advice to show up as yourself.
And I can relate to that too, because for a long time in my marriage, I was kind of silent. Like he would ask me what's wrong, nothing. That was wrong, nothing. This is literally why we argued every other week, because and I number one, I had to realize it's how my brain works. So when I said nothing, I meant like nothing serious. I didn't mean like nothing, right? And so we had to have conversations like over the years about that. Like, yeah, something's wrong, but I really can't really even talk about what it is because I don't really know. Give me a minute, right? And so it was years in our marriage where I just wouldn't talk.
Wow.
Because I'm like, if you're thinking about it, tell me now. Because 2 weeks, 3 weeks from later down the road, okay, now I want to talk about it. Why you want to talk about it now? I don't want to talk about it now. I was trying to help you then. And she was like, well, it just takes me a minute to process. I'm like, how long did that take? Because I'm like,
this was a real argument, by the way. We had in a real full argument.
Douglas said you got 2 business days, and after 2 business days, that was us. Like I needed.
He didn't want to give me an hour. Like if he saw like something was visibly wrong, I had to tell him in the moment. But the way my brain works, I could not formulate the sentences. And so the few times where it did come out, it didn't make sense. And he was like, that's stupid. What? That don't make sense. I'm like, I know.
I was like, you crying over that? Or you doing this? Sometimes I get frustrated. I get the keys. I leave. Or she'll get the keys. She'll leave. And by the time she come back, it's like, you ready to talk now? I don't want to talk now. I'm like, well, what am I here for if I can't comfort you and stuff like that? Because I would just say, like, I felt like as the husband, okay, if something is wrong with you, let's sit down and talk about it. Because that's what everybody say. So this is my first marriage. So I'm like, okay, let's sit down and talk. Well, I don't want to talk about it now. And I'm like, so why we get married if you don't want to talk? You don't trust me?
Bruh, he used to hit me the why are you here? Why are we married? You should just leave. And I'm like, bruh, wait, how did we get here?
I was literally like, why do I need a wife if like you said, Michael, my bad. Like you said, I had the girlfriends or okay, I'm finna be over there and then boom, I'm finna go home. Like everything lining up with marriage, the sex, the love, the kissing and stuff, but we can't have a conversation. I can't know what's wrong with you. You shutting me out on that part. It's like, why get married? And then that's when the dog fights will happen. Not physical, but verbal dog fights every other day. Literally every other day for years. So,
because the thing about it is, we know when something bothering y'all just as well as y'all know when something bothering us. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing. Y'all be like, well, tell me what's wrong. We be like wanting the same thing sometimes. So just know that, ladies.
But I'm glad that you said something about that, Douglas, because a lot of times the narrative on the side is that men don't really care and they just in their own world, and you know your feelings and your emotions is not even a big thing. You know, our feelings and emotions are not even a big thing to our husband. So it's like, well, they're not really emotional creatures, so they really ain't gonna tap in. But to hear you say that, and I'm glad that others will be able to hear you and see you say that, because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm one when it comes to these stereotypes and these false narratives about marriages that, you know, we are really, a lot of people are forming their marriages around these structures of what they believe marriage should be based off a magazine or their favorite sitcom or whoever they, you know, see in their family. And a lot of times the men are shut down. Like, you know, I felt like, you know, I felt like Douglas. You don't want to talk to me? I know it's something wrong with you. I can look at your face and tell there's something wrong with you. I can literally sit here and just watch him think, you know, and so he wouldn't say anything like nothing, but I never knew that it wasn't because he didn't feel like I was safe. Because when we have a conversation or something, my go-to was my godmother. But I only went to her because she was my safe place. And she wasn't always on my side. She went right is right, wrong is wrong. Yeah. So sometimes I needed to go to her to kind of get that, you know, reasoning. But that wasn't good for him. He was like, no, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. It stays with us. So when I would go out, he was like, well, no, I can't say anything to you. And I'm like, well, why? Because, and then he just said it, you're not safe. So I'm like, what does make me not safe? Well, because you always go over there and you talking to your godmother about what's going on here. I want us to talk and keep it amongst ourselves because it matters to me that you hear me and not everybody else and everybody else's opinion. So I'm just thankful that you said that and pointed that out, because that lets women know that we matter, that our feelings matter, and that y'all not just walking around and, like I said, wear my shirts, what we eat, the house clean, what's going on with the kids? You know, some husbands that don't even know what's going on with their kids. They ask you, well, what's going on with the kids? You got their numbers, you can't call them. Like, these your children, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter, to know that y'all are present in y'all marriage, y'all are, like, you know, Takesha said, Chris will be like, oh, you need some information? Oh, ask my wife. She know. You know, and it's like, and that only comes by observing and watching and paying attention to his wife and how she move and how she think and listening to conversation. So when you think I'm not listening, I really am paying attention. So now when it comes to the point of, I need you to show up, oh, you tired of keep asking the same person the same thing? Oh no, just ask my wife. She'll hands down. She got it. You know what I'm saying? And that just lets that being seen and being heard and understanding, like, no, y'all are not coming in and this woman, where's my food? Like, no, you are we matter in this marriage. And so I hope that women, you get that, you hear that, because we have been kind of built up and kind of taught, like, man, they ain't listening to you, girl. All they want is some sex, and all they want is you to feed them, and that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually have husbands that we can cut up with, that we can be ourselves with, and that we can continue to raise our kids with. Because sometimes, you know, we're, you know, empty nesters. So our youngest is 18 now. So it's like sometimes we be like, you know, we want another baby and we do want to try again. But sometimes that little empty nest of life be good, because we like, you don't want me to cook? Oh no, we finna go get something. We ain't gotta worry about.
Yes.
And when they call with their problems, we were like, well, how severe, how serious is this issue? And if it's something minor, oh no, you can handle that. Just call me back when you get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something you gotta be hands on like it is. So that little empty nest of life feels good. But to have somebody that you can talk about that with, you be like, we ain't gotta worry about them snacks being gone, these lights being on, you just walking in. Like, baby, it's a whole situation. We want to sit in here in the dark. It's good. We ain't got nobody. What y'all doing? Find you something to do. You know, so I'm just thankful for the whole picture. My prayer tonight was that our marriage would, you know, reflect God. And I'm seeing it.
And that's the thing. You have to, when you are looking at marriages, I think it is a great opportunity to have couples that you look up to, right? Couples that give you hope, couples that encourage you. I think that in marriage, you definitely need a tribe of other married couples, whether they are directly in your sphere of influence or even if they aren't, right? It is nothing wrong with maybe seeing your favorite celebrity couple or seeing, you know, somebody else, and you kind of like the way you see from the outside, right? Because you don't get to see Keisha and Chris behind closed doors, right? You don't get to see when I want the big piece of chicken and we fighting over it. No, so that doesn't happen. But
I was gonna say, wait, what?
No, but you know,
Chris was like, wait, that happened? When did that happen?
Right, but you don't get to see the petty arguments that we may have that blow up into something so ridiculous that we got to come back and be like, you was real dumb for that. You know what I mean? But like, you don't get to see the behind the scenes, but it's important that you have couples that you can look to for inspiration. But I would tell anybody, don't make anybody your couple goals, because you will be disappointed. Right? So one of the things in my wife group that I have, wives, you know, Jerry, oh, I want a marriage like yours. And I'll be like, whoa.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah. Like, yeah. You know, oh, your husband treats you like this. I said, girl, you saw a picture. How did you know how he treat me? You didn't know that 5 minutes before that snapped, I was like, fix your face. Or he was saying, fix your face. You know, you don't know what, or maybe we was.
Pass me the salt.
Maybe we was having a ball and that was a great picture. But don't look at a picture and think you know our history. Right? Chris and I will be going on 19 years of marriage together. We have lived, you understand what I'm saying? Like, we have experienced ups and not so ups. We have experienced the best of each other. We have experienced the worst of each other. We have experienced near death situations where he was in the hospital, and the doctor's looking at him like, we don't know, bro. I have been in the hospital and the doctors are looking at me like, we don't know, sis. And I don't mean that in a facetious way, like, oh, no, I mean like literally, like he could be a widower, and I could be a widow. Like we have experienced challenges. We have experienced hard times. We have experienced not having $5. Like we have experienced, you know what I mean, talking about each other to our family. But the beautiful thing about our families, they would be like, are you staying? So how about you shut up? Right? They wouldn't take us, they wouldn't allow us to badmouth each other. Like neither side of our family would allow that. And so when you are looking at marriages and you are trying, like whether you're newly married or you've been in this thing for a long time and you found yourself in a place where you all have been like shells of yourself because you were trying to fit this narrative, I say break the narrative, break the mold, come clean, and become your own marriage goals. And that starts with being honest with each other. You know what I mean? That starts with saying, yeah, I don't really like that. Those are conversations that we have had to have, like where he would have to be like, your tone, you just, and I'm like, but I'm loud when I'm happy. I'm loud when I'm sad. Like I didn't realize that my natural tone was something that was too much. But now I'm still loud some days, but you kind of but you have to have real conversations, because if all you ever do is like, oh, that's okay, no, it's okay, your spouse is going to keep doing it. So I say break the shell, break the mold, come clean with each other, be honest, and we have to be mature enough to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Like if Mike came to you, Tiff, and was like, Tiff, I know that you normally do X, Y, and Z, but I really don't like that. Like, or I know that you would get on the phone with Takesha at 6:00 every morning, but babe, I'm heading out to work. I really would rather spend that time with you. Like you can't get mad and be like, I always, no, we got to settle down and be like, babe, you right. I got you. You know what I mean? Nothing on the outside should be more important than who we are together. It is truly the only relationship that we ever vow, for better or for worse, till death do we part. We don't even say that with our kids. This is the only vow we've ever taken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we think about that, we just really have to understand that become your own marriage goals. If you've been married for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, a day, sit down and come together and say, what do we want this to look like?
Right.
What legacy do we want to build together? When we look back over our marriage, what do we want to be proud of? Because if we start doing it for the them and the theys, your marriage is going to be a hot mess. It's going to be bogus, as Jerry would kindly say. It is going to be absolutely bogus. And you're going to look back and you ain't going to know each other. Right? Like when you talk about that empty nester thing, that's a real thing. And you don't even realize that once you have kids that live in the house with you, and then they are gone, you have to learn each other in a whole other way. Yeah. Like we knew each other as parents. Our kid is in college now, a junior in college. And for the first few months, we was in the bed like at 6:00. I'm not even joking. We just went to bed. We didn't know what to do. We had no clue. And then did y'all hear me say he was a junior in college? Y'all heard that part, right?
Yeah.
We just had a conversation and I was like, babe, we could go anywhere we want. Like we could do anything we want.
Our anniversaries. He was always going with us.
Everything.
And
I'm like, whatever we want to do, we can do. If we decided to stay out late on the Monday, that's on us. If we decided to fly to Paris on Tuesday, that's on. But we really had to give ourselves permissions to say, oh yeah, we could do other things.
We had to think about it. We're going to Jamaica. We left Chris here.
We went to Jamaica, right? We was like in Jamaica living it up because we can. But guess what? That was a resetting. We were parents for so long. That was our mode of operation. Parents. That now we had to look each other like, that's my man. You know what I mean? Like, and we have to now get to learn each other over again. So I say break the mold and become your own marriage goals, no matter how far you are in your marriage, day 1 or day 5,000. come clean, be honest, and just live, just live. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's good, because even though we ain't got no kids up here yet, and we're not empty nesters, but we had to do that.
Yeah.
What are you writing?
I was writing yet.
Oh, real confused.
And then I was underlining it.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
But yeah, so we even had to like learn.
Theory. Douglas, y'all get a 2-hour. Michael, I'm just telling y'all now, y'all get a strong 2 hours of babysitting. It is from the time you drop the kid off.
I need 25 hours.
Like, you got to be out and back like 2 hours on the dot. That's all we got.
That's not even a whole movie. We can't go to the movies.
He's out.
Yeah, so that's just a. Well, look, Tiana's already gonna be at the door, so we really gonna be ahead of the game on ours because we're gonna be like, up, the gate is open. Tiana, once she gets behind the gate, I'm like, she's behind the gate. We're gone.
Just know how to work the system. So y'all get 2 hours. We just putting that out there. I'm not saying just one time of 2 hours. I'm just saying each time it's a pocket of 2 hours.
I'm just gonna boop her in.
I think we need to negotiate these times.
Basically, yeah.
We done raised our kids. Did you not hear me say the boy was a junior in college?
Right.
And now when we have our kids, you can help raise them too. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is.
One of the boys is married.
The village.
Yeah, because when we find out, look, I'm not even waiting till she's born. Like, I'm texting the village, that's including y'all, when I find out. So when I get that official, I'm texting y'all village.
Oh, when I find out, it's gonna be a whole production. Y'all gonna be like, Jared, why are you like this?
But do y'all see how bogus y'all are, right? Y'all get to send out a text alert to get babysitters on tap, but I can't get a garbage can that I can talk to.
Your garbage can is $300.
Garbage can? The garbage can.
Why do you need a $300 garbage can? We're not talking about this again. $500?
No.
Why do you need a $500 garbage can?
Why do y'all need to text babysitters in your first trimester?
So you can know what the deal is.
I need you to be ready. See, I need your heart and mind to
I need your mind ready.
Yeah, because I call
you need her own room and it needs to be decorated.
Yeah. Tiffany's the one who told me to go for it. When I go for
she did not need the $500 trash can.
She said create a register.
We were doing
to bless us. And then I sent her what I wanted her and Michael to get me. And she's like, absolutely not. And I'm like,
because it's a bogus ask.
I was being obedient to God. God said, tell your sister to create a registry for her house. Because there are people that are ready to sow when she puts the registry up. That was last year before anything had been done on the house. So by the time y'all got in that house, y'all didn't have to get nothing.
We didn't have
First thing she gets stuck on is a $300 trash can.
Like, I just don't understand.
And that's not even include trash bags.
Trash bags are
not even trash bags. That's not even trash bags.
It's $500.
Yeah, that's not even trash bags.
That trash can
take yourself out.
Right, take yourself out and dump yourself and put back in the house and everything. Like, you should take yourself out. No,
I said, for real.
I could not even imagine like it coming, and then my brother Chris saying, "So you tell me she spent $300 on this trash can?" And
boys
$300 was the base model. The one Takesha wanted is like $500 because she want all the extra stuff.
They had levels to these trash cans.
The trash can had levels.
Mm-mm. The levels to the cleaning supplies. I mean, it was levels. It was accessories. Like you had a whole accessory list to a trash can.
No.
That's crazy.
The odor absorbers are $28.
The what?
You could put odor absorbers in there. There for a pack of $28.
For a pack of how many?
Four.
$30 for four.
Wait.
You get some baking soda and get some carbon fresh to put at the bottom of that thing. Do something.
Black House.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
But
Tiff,
at the beginning of the episode, you say you had a specific question for the husbands.
Get ready.
Oh yeah.
So,
Chris said, "Good night, y'all."
Each one of y'all, we have shared and talked about y'all journey and how we have been seeing the fruit of y'all journey, getting to know God. So, how has that been? Because we talk about our journey and how God is to us, and our highs and lows, because there are highs and lows. Not saying with God, but with the things
just
that
the journey,
the journey, it can be up and down. So, like, how has that been for y'all? Like Douglas, you have explored. You are exploring and getting to know God through the Word.
Mm.
So, how has getting to know God through the Word? Because when I say the Word got a whole, like, the Bible got some tea in it. Like, you be like, what? Like, what they do? Like, because we were on the whole thing. Why these people had all these wives? Like, why was that okay? But we knew it was a time in the season at that time. But how was it? How is God? How are you feeling about getting to know God? Like, what is God? Who is God to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're learning him in the Word. So how are you learning him and understanding him as you walk your journey into being drawn to God through the Word?
I'll start off. When did I go to church with you?
New Year's? No, it was before.
No, it was like 6 months ago or something like that.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah,
because I did a reel about it. So yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, so like 6-7 months ago, and I just went for support because it's kind of like I've been going to church but not really paying attention, learning. I'm talking about for a little kid all the way up to now, and it's kind of like when I went, I actually sat and listened. Then I realized she had the Bible app on her phone, which I knew about. So I was like, well, let me start opening the Bible app when I go to work, driving to work 30 minutes, and then eventually going to the gym, listening to it, and coming from work, listening to it. And the more I came to the conclusion of the more I listen and really listen to it, I would ask her questions and I would try to understand. And then it was kind of like all my life, I never was attacked by spirits and stuff like that. But it's kind of like once I got deeper and focused, of like, okay, I'm going to actually do this every day. I'm going to pray when I wake up every day, go to sleep, pray for other people, learn how to live the right way. It's like I started getting attacked in my dreams, my mind. I'm like,
you didn't tell me this.
I know I ain't want to.
Focus, Jerry. Focus, Jerry.
I know, right? But attacking my dreams. But in my dreams, like maybe a couple of weeks ago, earlier before that, I was like, be with me in my dreams. Teach me how to know it's a dream, but still control it, even if I get attacked. And surely, a week later, a demon, try me. And he was like, he basically was like, hey man, hell is fun. Come to hell with me. And I was like, no, I don't want to go to hell, man. I'm okay over here. I'm okay. He was like, come on, it's fun. He didn't look like scary demon. He looked like a regular person just trying to lure me, I guess, back to the other side. So I feel like God is answering my prayers slowly but surely. I'm learning patience and stuff like that because I ask for wisdom and peace. And
I was talking about when you were asking about faith.
About faith, when?
Remember you were telling me that you were like when you first started telling me about it, and you were learning about how to have faith, and you was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and you was like, oh, it actually happened.
Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna tell you what I prayed for.
What you prayed for?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, I said I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna just be real. I always was like, okay, show me, prove to me. Everybody say they hear from the Lord. I've never heard anything, seen anything like that. So I was serious, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pray about this. So the first night it did happen. Second night it did happen. Third night it happened, and then Jared was like, what? And I was like, one of my prayers got answered.
I was like,
and I was
okay.
happy. I was excited. So it started from there when I went to church with her, and it's slowly building because I even said, okay, mustard seed, small as a mustard seed. So personally, I felt my faith was smaller than the mustard seed. So I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm behind the 8 ball. I gotta catch up. So slowly but surely, it's growing, getting better, starting to trust, starting to understand, and starting to ask more questions.
And when he says more questions every day,
yes,
my baby got a question for me.
Amen.
And like some questions, I don't be knowing the answer to. Like the other day, so he was reading something about King Saul and David, and he was asking about because in First Kings, somewhere in the Bible, it said that God gave King Saul an evil spirit or something to that. Yeah, put his evil spirit in him. Yeah. And so he was like, boo, I thought God couldn't do that.
I thought God was like all good. How can he have evil in him? And then, so I was like, I got a question. So she was like, hold on, let me call my mom.
I was like, Mama, can you explain this? Because I don't know how to explain it. And so she explained it. He was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. And so it's just like for me, I know you didn't ask me, but for me, it's been so encouraging to see because this is an answered prayer. I've been praying for this basically a whole marriage, right? And so when it first started happening, because like the demon, I knew nothing about that. And so the only reason I knew about this process is because one day we were in the kitchen and he was just randomly. He was like, yeah, I'm about to read the Bible. I was like, boy, stop lying. I thought he was playing.
Hey, I ain't even play with that now. I'm sorry.
Right. I thought he was playing. He was like, no, for real. I have the Bible. No, he was like, the Bible. It was something about the Bible app. I was like, which Bible app? Because I was like, that don't sound right. It just didn't sound right to me, right? Because I didn't know nothing. And so he was like, yeah, I got the Bible app on my phone. I be listening to it every morning. I was like, hold on, which Bible app you got? What you mean? Like, I had to investigate because I ain't know. So, and so he was like, no, like lately I've been talking to God and asking questions and reading, like, when I go to work, I listen to the Bible. I was like, oh, you serious? I was like, and then that's when I text y'all. I was like, y'all not gonna believe this.
We was shouting with you. We was shouting and praising the Lord together.
We was.
You don't know how long I've been praying for this.
That.
Well, when you said it, like on the inside, I cried because I was like, I'm tripping. Like I gotta be tripping. What he doing what now?
Yeah.
And so I text y'all. I say, y'all. Baby daddy said he been reading the Bible. I don't know what to do.
And not to keep it a long story, but I didn't want to tell her for that long length of time because it's kind of like what I learned is you're not supposed to boast about it. You're not supposed to, it's between you and God. You learn it. Right. So
he been reading, baby. Don't play with him. Don't play with him.
I felt like I need to learn and then bring him to the conversation. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just to see his transformation is good. Like the other day, he was like, I'm trying to stop cursing, but these folks at work.
I'm trying. These people at work.
Yeah.
That's real.
But isn't that the beauty of God, though? Like, God is all good, right? He is all good. And unfortunately, we get turned over to the desires of our flesh, right? Like, we get turned over because we want to be rebellious. And so hearing you say, like, you took the initiative. And you ask God, show me, tell me, let me experience. And you stuck with it to see the fruit of it. And so I just encourage you. I know that Michael is on his journey. Chris is on his journey. You all, are journeying with the Lord in different ways. And I say, don't get discouraged. And I know that's hard to say when trying to learn. It's easy to say, but don't get discouraged. I remember years ago, I think I was praying for marriages. And one of the warnings that the Lord had me release to wives is to stay focused because our husbands were going to come up and they were going to give their lives to the Lord and they were going to be on fire for him. They were going to be on fire, but then they were going to turn around and look at their wife and say, this can't be the woman you gave me. How could she have been in church all these years and not know you? How could she have been going to church and saying she's praying and saying she's doing all these things? But because your eyes now, the scales have been removed and you can see God, you can also see her falsehood. And that the husbands were going to turn around and say, this can't be her. They clearly
I said her. What about you a long time ago? Remember, I was like, I only see how you stuck around because I sent you through hell and back like twice. And she was like, I had a lot of praying and stuff.
But I also had accountability partners too. Like that's a lesson for wives. Get around some other wives that are going to keep you accountable, because that's what I had. I had accountability partners that will call me on my crap, but will also say, "Yeah, I know he acting crazy today. Just keep praying.
Focus.
Like don't respond to the foolishness. Just keep
husbands
praying."
Get you during this journey. Chris, Michael, Douglas, get you all accountability partners as well, that who aren't going to look at you and expect because of your age, you should know, you should do, you should, or expecting you, to be changed overnight. That's bogus and that's a lie from the pit of hell, right? It is a process. So as the Lord begins to give you friends or other men, whether it be on your job or a stranger you just happen to run into every Monday at the QT who encourages you in the faith, begin to pray for that, right? Begin to pray for other men in the faith who would encourage you on the journey, because that, I think, is what, especially Black men, I can't speak for anybody else, but I know that that's crucial for Black men, that they get to see other men who look like them, who serve the Lord, who still like to rock his Timbs, you know what I mean? Who still watch football and cut up with his homies. But now he has a different level of integrity and a fear and reverence for the Lord. And men need to see men like y'all, and y'all need to see men who is, moved up a little bit further down the road, so that they'd be like, keep coming, bro. You got this. Yeah. Yes. Keep reading. Or when that prayer doesn't seem like it got answered, right? When it seems like God is not listening and you all are like, this ain't it. But you text your brother, you text Mike, you text Chris, and they like, bro, we got you. We picking you up in the spirit. We praying for you. Yeah, it's discouraging, but we got you. Like that Black man presence in the church and in marriage, y'all don't even have any idea the stigmas y'all just breaking with this one opportunity. This one opportunity where your wives allowed, and we looking at y'all like, what you say? The fact that y'all are here sitting beside us. Y'all are learning and growing in God. Y'all are learning and loving your wives. And y'all are respectful and integral, right? Perfect? No, I am, but y'all probably not. But
girl, bye. And that's it for today's episode, because clearly
y'all are growing, and that is a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
I'll be on the.
What about you, Michael? Or Chris? One of y'all.
But Mike, to be continued for me. We'll come back to part two. I'm looking at, like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna no, we can do a part two.
Okay.
You want?
I'll definitely be on it.
I can come back and be fine. I'm willing to do a part two.
Now, I just want to thank you guys.
Here we go.
I thank you guys.
I said that we can do a part two.
Okay,
not
we can do it.
She said not tomorrow, though.
Douglas, I'm gonna have to take a nap tomorrow for tonight. Okay, so I can't do tomorrow too. Then we playing in the marriage conference, so we got stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
not tomorrow.
Okay, that's next week. Yeah,
that's next weekend.
Yeah. All right, then.
But yeah, this was good, y'all.
It was. Thank you.
Thank
you.
I'm gonna be ready next time. I'm gonna bring my note.
You gonna have notes?
So I
period.
So I got.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be on point next time. We'll be always
together. Because you know I have my notes in a minute.
Exactly.
That's it.
All right, Takesha. So to close us out, what is one thing you would want to tell our audience? So we're gearing up for Valentine's Day. So it's the day of love. What is one piece, and you're the wife coach, what is one piece of advice you would give our audience leading up to Valentine's Day?
Ooh, one piece of advice.
To who?
To husband and wives.
Husband and wife?
Yeah. What would we tell husband and wives leading up to Valentine's Day?
Keep your money in your pocket.
Period. No. That's
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good, though.
That's good.
No. Say it, and then I'll piggyback off of you. Go ahead, say it. Say it, babe.
I just said keep your money in your pocket.
Keep your money in your pocket, right? Keep your money in your pocket. And I literally was going to say, don't get caught up in the hype. Yeah. And so we come on here, period.
But
now I'm not saying that I don't like gifts, and I'm not saying that my husband doesn't like gifts, right? What we're saying is, leading up to Valentine's Day, don't put so much stock in what he gives you. I know that in the world that we live in, if you don't get flowers at work, if he don't send you no edible arrangement, you know what I mean? If you don't have any orange boxes to show off, or green boxes to show off, on your Instagram stories, Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I want to say that because they ain't sponsored us. But if, you don't got these, or red boxes to display on Valentine's Day and you see other people doing it, a lot of people take it as if their spouse doesn't love them.
Right.
That was me for a long time. I ain't even gonna lie. I felt like that for a long time.
Douglas, put your money in your pocket, okay? But what
I was trying. What was y'all years ago?
Right? But do not stake your marriage on Valentine's Day. I am not saying there is nothing wrong with your man spoiling you. There is nothing wrong with you spoiling your man. What I'm saying is, don't let it cloud your judgment when it comes to the man or woman that you have. Do not look on social media and make you think less of your spouse than he actually is.
You may need to get off of social media for Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying. Close that app that day. No, I'm joking.
Close the app. Yeah. If you know that you struggle, close the app. That is what we would tell couples leading up to Valentine's Day. Close the app. Close the app. And don't go looking for it when you get back on the app on the 15th.
Right. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because the spirit of comparison, it'll get you every single time. And so I know for us, that's what happened until he was like, look.
I said, I love you through the whole year. Why you really won't like? I don't want it.
Because I wanted the roses.
Let's be honest now. Women.
And I wanted the edible
women love Valentine's.
We do love Valentine's Day, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm the type of person, like, I like gifts just because it's Monday. Like, if you're going to buy me a gift, don't buy it for my birthday. It makes me feel weird. I don't know why, but it just does. Like, give me a gift because it's Tuesdays.
Well, you give me the weird smiles, because them smiles be real on your birthday.
They do. You are. He is an extremely gift giver. I'm not saying that I don't want it, but what I'm saying is, celebrate your spouse because it's Monday. Celebrate your spouse because it's, the third of the month. Don't wait for Valentine's Day and then stake your whole relationship on, when you didn't send me flowers and all the girls in my department got no
flowers, restaurant, outfit, whole 9 yards, like everything.
Yes.
And I think that just comes with growth too. You gotta grow to that point where you realize that your relationship is not contingent on what happens on Valentine's Day. If it is, you need to do an audit of your relationship. If that's the case, right? You need to take inventory. Like what happened? Like, has he never gotten you a gift before? If not, have you given him the expectation that, hey, I really like gifts. I would really like to receive gifts? Because for a long time, he just didn't know.
Yeah,
he just wasn't that dude. He was just like, I just don't. I don't buy my mama nothing. So. And so we had to have conversations about that. But just to piggyback off you, what I would say leading up to Valentine's Day is for husbands and wives, like, love your boo regardless. Like, whether he goes all out for Valentine's Day or whether he's like, hey, listen, I got $20. Let's go to Applebee's and get the 2 for $20, right? Whatever the case is, listen.
Plus, they done leveled up on the 2 for $25.
Yeah. We need to go to Applebee's.
They done leveled up on the 2 for $25.
Listen, if you only got $20, who leaving the tip?
Listen, if he got 20, she might got 5. She might got 5. You don't know. But right, I owe you. Right. But no, what I would say is know who you're married to. Like, if Valentine's Day is a trigger for you or your spouse, work around it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes, and be honest.
Just because old girl at your office is getting gifts, she might be getting beat at home too when she get home. You don't know.
The same flowers in that vase.
Exactly.
Yeah. Babe, I'm gonna be late coming home from work tonight. I'll be home about 10. No, I'm joking.
better even if the girl at work who is getting gifts at work, you also don't know how they built up to that place. Maybe they're
Right.
always that couple and they are, big gift givers. It doesn't devalue who you and your husband are. And even as men, I know that we are in an age where some men wanted to be treated, quote unquote, like a woman. You could wine and dine me. And if you're a man and somebody sends their husband or boyfriend flowers at work, don't come home telling your woman, your wife, "Oh, you ain't send me flowers." Don't be a sissy. What Kofi say? Don't be a jelly.
Don't be sassy. Don't be sassy.
Back. Don't be the jelly back. But you don't know. It could be really good on the other side. It could be really, really good for them. They could have a great disposable income. Just because she works with you, you don't know their income. And he may be able to send her Hermes or Louis Vuitton or big bouquets of roses. You don't know. And also don't become cynical in your mind thinking, I bet you they went broke behind it. You don't know. Don't be cynical. And like Jerry said, if it is a trigger for you, just
get off the app.
You are this podcast is called Dear Christian Black Girl. We talk to the Black Christian woman. Find yourself a spot and pray. Maybe it's a day of fasting for you, right? Maybe it's a day that you are spending with the Lord. Because now if you are triggered, that means there are some things in your heart that you need to come to terms with the Lord. Yeah. Those are some places in your heart that the Lord has to work out for you. Like I had to be worked out because I would never show my gifts. My husband, I told you, Jerry, how I had to search and hunt down pictures of a Louis Vuitton bag because every time I would wear it, I would throw it to the back of me because I didn't want people to be like, oh, who she thinks I would put it in the back. I had to hunt down pictures. But guess what? That was a tormented mindset for myself. So it happens on both sides. So don't be bogus. Just go pray.
Yeah, that's my advice. Don't be bogus on Valentine's Day. If you know your husband is not a gift giver, don't expect stuff that you know he is not gonna do on Valentine's Day. Like, no, that's a lesson that I had to learn. Like, I stopped expecting it. But here's the kicker: when I stopped expecting it, that's when I got the edible arrangements. I was like, oh, thank you. And it meant the world to me. But if I didn't get the edible arrangements that year, I was gonna be okay. Like, we were gonna be okay. What about you, Mike? Yeah. Tiff? One of y'all. Both of y'all.
I mean, I like to be creative because when I met Mike, he didn't even celebrate Christmas, and I am a Christmas person. So I was like, what? Like, he didn't celebrate his birthday, none of that. And me, Jerry, I be starting my birthday planning last birthday.
You celebrate your birthday almost long.
Yeah, like my birthday is a national holiday. Martin Luther King got his day. Tiffany has hers. It's national. So
Tiffany has her month. Stop it.
Yeah, Tiffany it's a whole month. And I take all types of gifts. Text message, you got food stamps, I take them, gift cards, cash, anything. I'm taking it all of it. All of it can be used. So me is just like y'all said, don't try to bring your whole relationship to one day because that means that there is no value. But do something creative. Like me and him, I went to the Dollar Tree and just got us something. We did our own little sipping page. And I just went to the Dollar Tree and just got some stuff and set it up. And we had and sometimes you don't have all of that, but we had like a little candlelight dinner. And I think one Valentine's Day we did our first meal. We did we went a better pizza, but we did the pizza and the shrimp and the barbecue chips, and we had a little bit of drink. But we did something creative, and it was special to us. It didn't have to be special to the world. Yeah. It was special to us, and we had a good time and we enjoyed it. So don't try to make that day special because of what it is advertised as. Make it memorable for you and your spouse. Because then when y'all talk about that Valentine's Day, that'll be something y'all insider. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to always have it. And then, hey, he likes gummies. So I'll be like, here, I get my husband the biggest bag of gummies. And he was like, you are the best. Because it's like he can eat them whenever he wants. He likes Sour Patch Kids. So I can go to Sam's, get him the biggest bag ever. And he's like, I'm good. Like,
I'm just simple.
I'm good. I got my gummies. So But at night, you be hearing them like a little mouse in a bag getting candy and junk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you know how it be, man. You roll over the middle of the night and know it's there. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and grab a handful of
all
it.
you hear
and be snacking, have you something to drink beside the bed and all that. That's me. I'm all night long.
Yeah, just keep it simple and make it memorable. Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like, be intentional about what you're doing. It don't have to be all this whole everybody got to go to Jared's and all that, because you got a light bill. You ain't got that money to go to Jared. Turn them lights on. I love you. You know what I'm saying? We got a bill going on. You watching TV, you got good girl, you watching your show. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, hey, we got $50 in our savings account. Happy Valentine's Day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have it all as is so marketing, because all they want you to do, because after Valentine's Day, now they're telling you get something for St. Patrick's Day. So it's like,
and then Easter, and then another holiday, and another holiday. All of that.
Yeah, don't like our wise brother Chris said, keep your money in your pocket. Period. Look, go y'all. You went and bought groceries. You probably got $200-$300 worth of groceries. You better get that steak and them potatoes and whip that stuff up and make a dinner. And look, make it special by being on time. Like, tell them, like, babe, dinner's gonna be ready at 6. When he come in the house, the table is set at 6 o'clock. He ain't expecting that, because sometimes it be about 7:30, 8, and we still waiting on you boiling the food, the noodles. You still cooking, so make that that could be a special moment right there. So make it special and very intentional and unique to yourself. That way, y'all have your own memories.
Yes.
Yeah. And so for me, my closing remark is keep it simple. Know who you married to, and just be married, child. Just be married. Like, leading up to Valentine's Day, keep it sexy, keep it simple, and just do what works for your marriage.
Right.
Don't look at everybody else's marriage. Don't look at my marriage, because we told y'all we were psychotic. You don't want this, okay? We went through a lot. We laugh now. We love each other now. But 4, 5, 10 years ago, the struggle was real, man. So do what works for your marriage. You know who you're married to. You know who God has called you to be married to. Do what works for that situation. Don't look at nobody else's situation, because comparison will kill you every single time. It will kill you spiritually. It will kill you mentally. It will kill you emotionally. And we ain't got time for all that. And so, y'all, we have enjoyed season 5 premiere of Dear Christian Black Girl. It is late, and when I say late, it is late. We love y'all so much. We thank y'all. Really? We thank y'all for rocking with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are growing. We looked on Spotify. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? We had like 2,000 subscribers on Spotify. We don't know where y'all came from, but we are glad that y'all are here.
We get tagged on Instagram.
Yeah, we getting tagged in Instagram stories. We're like, who this? I don't know who that is, but appreciate it. But we love y'all so much. We thank y'all for rocking with us. Season 5 is a go. We gonna bring the husbands back for a part 2, because we got a game that we want to play. We didn't get played tonight, but there's a game that we want to play. Why are you looking like that, though, sir?
What's it called? It's the card game. It is called "In Black Love We Trust."
All right, and it's a card game. Love We Trust.
So we're gonna bring the husbands back, and we're gonna play In Black Love We Trust one day. But y'all already know we love y'all so much. Make sure that you are following us on all social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter. No, we're not on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We are on Threads. We're on Instagram,
TikTok.
We're on TikTok. So make sure that you're following us, because every season we got something new. So we don't know what season 5 is gonna bring. So make sure that you're following us so that you can know. Also, y'all already know that Dear Christian Black Girl has its own website. Go to dearchristianblackgirl.com and sign up for the mailing list, because when you do, you will get the draw near. Was it draw near? The draw near challenge, okay? Because we did that last year, and it helped us a lot. Like, we learned a lot from the draw near challenge. So make sure that you go go on the website and subscribe to our mail list so you can get the challenge, so you can get closer to the Father.
Yes.
Last thing, if you want to be a guest on the show, y'all know we had Angelica last, and she wrecked us talking about depression and mental health in the church. So if you want to be a guest, go to dearchristianblackgirl.com, fill out the application. Okay, we love y'all so much. We thank y'all for rocking with us, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.